Most people spend their lives working until death without ever achieving true freedom. They wake up early, squeeze into crowded transportation, endure demanding bosses, and repeat an endless routine for decades. At the end of the month, the salary arrives, covers the bills, and little remains, sometimes nothing. It's like running on a treadmill. You spend a lot of energy, but make no progress. Now imagine a different scenario. Imagine that while you sleep soundly, something is still working for you. Not a job, not a boss, but an automatic system that generates money even when you're not present. This is the difference between those who remain prisoners of their time and those who build intelligent businesses. What we're talking about here is not an abstract theory or an empty promise. These are 10 concrete models used by both ordinary people and self-made millionaires. It's not about jobs where you trade your hours for a salary, but rather about assets, machines, systems, content, real estate, or energy that continue generating income day after day. Most follow the classic pattern: work for 40 years and try to enjoy a little when you retire. But those who understand the rules of the game know there's another way. The secret is to set up businesses that function even when you don't touch them. The world is full of examples of people who stopped chasing every penny and started building projects that generate money for them. And here's the key: there's no need to start with something grandiose. Many of these businesses can start small, with few resources, and then grow silently until they become true sources of income. The real question is not what you own today, but what decision you choose to make. In this content, you'll discover 10 types of businesses explained step by step, alternating between physical and digital ideas. Step by step, you'll understand that financial freedom is not a distant mirage. It's a real option. While some continue exhausting themselves chasing a salary, you can build something that continues generating income, even when your personal clock stops working. The only question is, will you continue just trading your time for money, or will you build a business that works for you? Most people depend on this cycle. If they stop working, their income disappears. This is how millions of people remain trapped in exhausting jobs. On the other hand, automated activities follow a different logic. You create or install a system once, and it continues producing results like a tree that grows and bears fruit year after year. This is the true power of leverage, multiplying your time with systems that work continuously, day and night. Truly invisible employees who never take vacations. Another advantage is the ability to grow without limits. A video, for example, requires the same effort to be created, whether it's seen by 100 or 1,000,000 people. When the system is well designed, it grows without requiring any additional effort on your part. This is why the key to a different life is not working more, but building businesses that function on their own. 1. Automatic machines. Imagine entering a shopping mall, hospital, or train station and finding a coffee machine operating 24 hours a day. There's no one there to serve, but each cup sold generates money for its owner. This is one of the most accessible and straightforward models of automated business. Automatic vending. These devices can offer an infinity of products: snacks, soft drinks, coffee, mineral water, or even ice or ice cubes. The principle is surprisingly simple. You position the machine in a strategic location. If the location is busy, the flow of people does the rest of the work for you. Each purchase represents a few cents or reals coming in, and when we add up all the transactions for the month, the result can be surprising. Think of a machine inside a college. Students spend all day there, always hungry or needing coffee to stay awake. A simple water bottle or a pack of snacks can turn into hundreds of monthly sales. Now imagine multiplying this by 2, 3, or 10 machines at different points in the city. It's true that initially there's a need for investment and maintenance. You need to negotiate the space, stock products, and collect money. But compared to a traditional business with employees, rent, and fixed bills, the effort is minimal. Here, the system works practically on its own. Automatic machines are a clear example of how it's possible to transform a small initial capital into a constant, almost invisible source of income. You plant a seed in a strategic location, and over time, it grows and starts bearing fruit, without you needing to always be present. Now imagine another scenario. You don't need physical machines nor rented space. Everything happens in the digital environment. Affiliate marketing is like having a showcase open to the entire world, but without inventory, without logistics, and without employees. It works like this. You recommend a product or service from another company through an exclusive link. Every time someone buys through that link, you receive a commission. It's simple, direct, and scalable. You can be at home, lying on the couch, and still the sales continue happening. Thousands of ordinary people have already discovered this model. Some start by writing blog articles, others by recording YouTube videos, or even sharing links on social networks. The secret lies in connecting people with products that really solve their problems. When this happens, the commission becomes just a natural consequence. And here's the big advantage. Once the content is live, whether it's a video, text, or recommendation page, it can work for you for years. Imagine a video explaining how to choose the best vacuum cleaner. You record it once, put your affiliate link, and every time someone watches and buys, a part of the sale goes directly to your account. Affiliate marketing is like planting digital seeds. Some bear little fruit, others yield much more than you imagined. But over time, the more seeds you plant, the bigger the harvest will be. Now let's go to a model that combines convenience, recurrence, and loyalty. The famous subscription boxes. Imagine receiving at home every month a carefully prepared box with products you love. It could be wines, cosmetics, special coffees, artisanal foods, books, wellness items, or even pet accessories. Each month, the surprise and anticipation create a unique experience for the customer. This is the power of subscription boxes. They don't just sell products, they sell a recurring experience. The customer doesn't buy once and leave. They subscribe, pay every month, and continue receiving something that generates continuous value for their life. For the entrepreneur, this means predictable and constant revenue that doesn't depend on starting sales from scratch every day. It's like building a lasting relationship with the customer. When someone subscribes, they become part of a community, feel they belong to an exclusive group. This feeling increases retention and makes many remain subscribers for months or even years. And here's the detail. It's not necessary to start with something huge. Many subscription businesses are born small, serving a specific and passionate audience. Think of a monthly box of artisanal cheeses for gastronomy lovers, or creative stationery items for people who like organization and decoration. The more well-defined the niche, the easier it is to create a loyal customer base. Another powerful point is logistics. Nowadays, there are third-party companies that handle packaging and shipping, allowing you to focus only on choosing products and maintaining the unique experience. In other words, you don't need to set up a large warehouse at home. Subscription boxes are like a silent machine for generating revenue. Once the customer enters, you don't need to convince them again every month. The billing is automatic, shipments are recurring, and revenue predictability allows you to plan and grow safely. This model proves that often the secret isn't in selling a lot to many people, but in selling regularly to the same people. Turning customers into subscribers is like planting a long-term tree. You water it once, and it continues bearing fruit month after month. Now think of something even more powerful. Create once and receive. This is exactly what happens with licensed content. Imagine a photographer who captures an incredible landscape. This photo, instead of being sold only once, is placed on a licensing platform. Every time someone uses the image in a campaign, on a website, or in a magazine, the author receives royalties. The same applies to music, videos, illustrations, articles, digital books, and even software. A song can be played thousands of times in commercials, playlists, or movies, and each play generates revenue. A video can be purchased and used by training companies. An illustration can be used by various brands around the world. The big secret here lies in repetition. The effort is made only once, the act of creating. But the return can last years, even decades. Think of composers who continue receiving for songs written 20, 30, or 40 years ago. Of licensing, which transforms a work into an eternal asset, and the internet has opened a universe of possibilities. Today, there are accessible platforms for anyone: image banks, audio libraries, video sites, and digital marketplaces. You don't need to be famous to profit. You just need consistency, quality, and understanding what the market seeks. Licensed content is like leaving little digital employees scattered around the world. They work day and night, and with each new use, a part of the profit goes directly to you. While many still think in direct exchanges of time for money, creators who understand this model realize they can live from something that was produced only once. This is one of the clearest examples of how the digital age democratized passive income. It doesn't matter if you're a musician, writer, designer, or video maker. If you create, you can license. And if you can license, you can transform talent into financial freedom. Now imagine having a ready-made business, tested, with a recognized brand and structured system. Instead of starting from scratch, you connect to a franchise that already has credibility and knows exactly what works. This is the power of automated franchises. Think, for example, of automatic laundromats. You install the machines at a strategic point, connect to the franchise system, and customers enter, use the equipment, and pay by themselves. You don't need to be there serving, taking names, or controlling schedules. Everything works almost independently. Another example is kiosks in shopping malls. Often they already come with menu, suppliers, and even ready training. The franchisee doesn't need to rack their brain to figure out what to sell or how to sell. Just follow the established model, which has already been validated hundreds of times in other locations. The big advantage lies in reducing risks. When you open your own business, you start from zero and need to learn from mistakes and successes. In a franchise, the path has already been paved. You take advantage of the brand strength, marketing support, and tested processes. It's like getting into a car already in motion instead of building one from scratch. And when we talk about automated franchises, the level of freedom is even greater. Many of them require only sporadic monitoring because the systems are automatic and management is simple. While a traditional business consumes all the owner's time, here you gain scale without imprisoning yourself in the routine. Automated franchises are like intelligent shortcuts. You invest in something that already works, set it running, and let the system do the heavy lifting. What was just a dream, having a solid business without needing to be present every day, becomes a possible reality. Now imagine creating something only once and seeing it continue generating income for months, even years. This is exactly what happens with YouTube channels and other digital media. A video published today can continue being watched tomorrow, next week, and even 5 years from now. Each view can yield ads, attract sponsorships, or generate product sales. And the most incredible thing, you don't need to be famous to start. Many channels started small, with a simple camera or even with a cell phone, and gradually built a loyal audience. The secret lies in creating useful, interesting, or inspiring content. something that solves problems, teaches, or simply entertains. YouTube, for example, works like a global showcase. People from all over the world can access your content at any time of day or night. While you sleep, someone in another country might be watching your video, and at that exact moment, you're making money from it. And it doesn't stop there. Digital media offers various sources of income. Ads from YouTube itself, brand sponsorships, membership programs, digital product sales, and even affiliate marketing. A single video can open doors to various forms of monetization. It's like building a digital library that never closes. Each video is a shelf that continues yielding fruit day after day without needing your constant effort. Of course, it requires dedication at the beginning, but once the content is live, it becomes an asset that works by itself. Digital channels show a clear lesson. Today, anyone can transform knowledge, experiences, or stories into a global business. The entry barrier has never been so low, and opportunities have never been so great. Now imagine selling physical products anywhere in the country or even the world without needing inventory at home, without boxes piled up in the living room, and without spending hours packing orders. Sounds impossible. Well, this is exactly what e-commerce with third-party logistics offers. It works like this. You create the online showcase. It can be your own virtual store or even a space in well-known marketplaces like Amazon or Mercado Libre. But instead of worrying about storage and shipping, you connect your store to specialized logistics centers. They receive the products, pack, dispatch, and deliver directly to the customer. This means you focus on what really matters, choosing products well, understanding your audience, and taking care of marketing. The rest is done by giant structures, already prepared to deliver fast and with quality. And the best part is that this model scales easily. A small store can start selling 10 units per month and suddenly reach 1,000 without this becoming chaos in your routine. After all, the most laborious part, shipping, is in the hands of professionals. Many digital entrepreneurs started selling a single niche product, an accessory, a supplement, a differentiated piece of clothing. Over time, they expanded the catalog, won new customers, and transformed small businesses into true sales machines. E-commerce with third-party logistics is like having an invisible team working for you. Each order is processed without you needing to touch a single box. It's proof that with the right tools, anyone can compete at a professional level without having a large structure of their own. This model shows that commerce has never been so accessible. Just choose a product that solves problems or awakens desire, put it up for sale, and let the system take care of the rest. While many still cling to the idea that you need to have a physical store with inventory, those who understand this logic realize that the internet has opened doors to sell at scale without complication. Imagine transforming what you already know into a source of income that can be sold infinitely, without needing physical inventory or complicated logistics. This is what happens with info products. E-books, online courses, video training, financial spreadsheets, recorded workshops, digital mentoring. The logic is simple. You organize knowledge, something you learned in your profession, in a hobby, or even in your own life, and transform it into a digital product. Once ready, it can be sold 1, 100, or 1,000 times without any additional production cost. Think of someone who masters cooking. This knowledge can become an online course with practical recipes sold to people who want to learn to cook better. An English teacher can record video classes and transform them into a digital course. A finance specialist can create an e-book with investment tips for beginners. And the most powerful thing about this model is scale. Unlike a face-to-face service where you can only serve one person at a time, an info product can be consumed by thousands of people at the same time anywhere in the world. While you rest, other people are accessing your material and you're receiving for it. Another detail is that info products create authority. When someone buys your content, they start seeing you as a reference in that subject. This opens doors to other opportunities, lectures, personalized mentoring, partnerships with brands. In other words, besides direct income, you also build reputation. This model is like planting a library inside the internet. Each material you produce stays available forever, and each new customer who arrives can generate revenue without you needing to redo the work. It's a way to transform knowledge into financial freedom, taking advantage of something that's already inside you, the experience you've accumulated throughout life. For a long time, when talking about real estate, most people thought of something distant: buying a big house, financing an apartment for 30 years, or investing in millionaire buildings. But the truth is, the world has changed. And today, there are much smarter and more accessible ways to use real estate to generate passive income. Think about vacation rentals. Platforms like Airbnb have transformed small apartments into true income-generating machines. A simple studio, well located, can yield more in 1 month than a traditional property would yield in 3. And the detail, you don't need to be there, receiving guests one by one. There are specialized companies that take care of everything, from cleaning to key delivery, while you just monitor the results. And it doesn't stop there. Compact properties, well positioned in strategic regions, can bring faster and safer returns than large investments that consume all your energy and money. The secret lies in thinking like an investor, not like a consumer. While many get into debt to buy the dream house, those who understand the game seek properties that pay for themselves. Now imagine you building a portfolio gradually. First, a small apartment for vacation rental, then perhaps a second property in partnership with a family member. Over time, you'll have several rental doors functioning like silent employees, depositing money in your account month after month. And here's the motivational part. You don't need to wait until retirement to live off this income. You can start now, even if small. One step at a time, one strategic decision at a time. Each property becomes a planted seed, which grows and continues bearing fruit for years, perhaps for decades. Investing in real estate intelligently is choosing to build freedom instead of carrying debts. It's using the same market that traps thousands of people in long-term financing, but in a totally different way, making properties work for you. Now imagine investing in something that not only generates income, but also builds a better future for you and future generations. This is the power of renewable energies like solar and wind. They are assets that work silently, taking advantage of natural resources to produce clean energy, and at the same time generate predictable revenue for decades. Think of solar panels installed on roofs or land. Once placed, they start capturing sunlight every day, transforming it into energy that can be used, sold, or even contracted by companies. Many supply contracts last 20, 25, or even 30 years. This means security, stability, and an almost unshakable source of income. And here's the most inspiring point. You don't need to be a big electric company to enter this market. Today, there are cooperatives and funds that allow anyone to invest in renewable energy projects, even starting small. It's like having a stake in a clean plant, which generates revenue every day without you needing to lift a finger. The return is not just financial. There's also emotional and social impact. You're putting money into something that helps reduce pollution, that improves quality of life, and that leaves a positive legacy. While other investments only look at immediate profit, renewable energies offer something even more powerful: the chance to profit while building a sustainable future. This model is proof that financial freedom can go hand in hand with purpose. You not only receive, but also contribute to something bigger. Each solar panel installed is like a brick placed in building a freer and more meaningful life. Imagine writing a book, composing a song, or even registering a patent. You work once, create the work, idea, or product, and from then on, it can generate income forever. This is the power of copyrights and intellectual property. Think of authors who continue receiving royalties for each copy sold of a book written 10, 20, or even 50 years ago. Or musicians who recorded a song decades ago and still today receive every time it plays on radio, in a commercial, or on a streaming platform. The effort was made only once, but the reward repeats continuously. And it's not something restricted to famous artists. Today, anyone can publish an e-book, create a course, compose a song, or even develop an original idea and register it. Every time someone accesses, buys, or uses it, a part of that value returns to the creator. It's like planting a special tree. You take care of it at the beginning, but after it grows, it continues bearing fruit year after year. This model shows that creativity can also be transformed into financial freedom. What comes from your mind can become a valuable asset, and when protected by law, no one can use it without rewarding you for it. This is the true power of transforming talent into patrimony. It doesn't matter if you write, sing, paint, teach, or invent. If you create, you can receive for it repeatedly. And each new creation is one more door opened to your independence. If you followed this far, you've already realized there's a pattern in all these models: automatic machines, affiliate marketing, subscription boxes, licensed content, automated franchises, digital channels, e-commerce, info products, smart real estate, renewable energies, and even copyrights. They all have something in common. You create a structure once, and it continues working for you. This is the key to financial freedom. It's not about running faster on the treadmill, nor accumulating overtime in jobs that drain your energy. It's about building systems, assets, and businesses that continue generating income even when you rest, travel, or spend time with your family. And here's the truth. You don't need to start with something gigantic. It can be a machine, a video, a simple course, a small property, or even a single digital product. The important thing is to take the first step. Over time, this step multiplies, and what seemed small transforms into a solid and lasting source of income. While many continue trapped in the cycle of trading time for money, you have before you the chance to choose a different path. Life doesn't need to be an infinite race chasing bills and payments. It can be the construction of freedom, security, and purpose. Now the question is, will you continue just surviving, or will you start building something that works for you? The future doesn't wait. Each day you remain still is one less day to plant the seed of your freedom. The decision is in your hands. If this content opened your mind and showed you new possibilities for building income and freedom, don't keep this just to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear these ideas, because one decision can change an entire destiny. And take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel now. This way, you won't miss the next content that will help you transform your money, your time, and your life. The path to financial freedom is made of knowledge and action. And here, you'll find both.